What's up guys, Omega here and welcome back to GT7 for round 3 of Nations Cup. I thought I'd do a video today and race offline instead of streaming, just to change it up a bit and make things a little bit more time efficient for me today. So what the round is, Road Atlanta in the Cappuccino. So this is our little weapon of choice with our awesome Vitamin livery. So thank you to Vitamin for the livery. And yeah, we're going to be racing this little beast around Road Atlanta. Going to be for 10 laps. It's just 1 times tire, 1 times fuel on comfort soft tires, and there's no mandatory pit stop. So it's just a 10 lap all out sprint race, and yeah, fastest person wins, I guess. So the best time I was able to get on this in the time trial with my little bit of practice I did last night was a 1:53.1, so about 2 seconds off the world record. So not the best top 600 in the world, but yeah, these cars are not normally something I'm very good at, so it'll have to do for now. So we jumped into the lobby and we said all our pleasantries and things, and then we got qualifying. My qualifying session did not go very well at all. I qualified third last, so not a very good quality, and about 2 seconds off what I did in the time trial. So it wasn't looking very good at this stage. And then starting the race, these little cars do have a horn, as we are reminded. And yeah, this is just kind of a video. It's not a stream, so you can't see it live, but if you are interested in doing this race, then it gives you a little bit of an insight into what to expect. Even though it's only a 10-lap sprint race, still there is a couple of things that you might want to know, including the gear shifting. I watched Mehdi, who currently has the world record, and he does shift at a particular spot. So I'm going to show you guys that during the race. And we do have a grid start with a false start check. So we're on the brakes, full power, and then as soon as the lights go, we release the brakes and off we go. You do want to short shift this car, so I don't know exactly where the optimum shifting point is for gears 1 and 2, but for 3 it's 68 miles an hour. That's basically exactly where you want to be shifting from what I could see from Mehdi's lap. But going into turn 1 here, we do go 3 wide and we almost get caught up in some carnage. I had to absolutely slam on the brakes there to avoid damage. That guy gets sent to the Shadow Realm, and Scumbag in front gets a 3-second penalty. So it's all kicking off. Turn 1 here at Road Atlanta in the Cappuccino. Things are getting wild, and yeah, we are third last currently. So yeah, we're just gonna try to get this car around the track consistently, if at all possible. It's not an easy car to drive at all, I would say. So skipping ahead towards the end of lap 1, we have Scumbag takes his penalty, so we get a free position there, and now we're through. So as we come through the final chicane, it looks like we get a very good run here, so we might be able to pick up a position from C. Mari. I believe because it's the first race, some people don't realize that you have to shift early, so that might be why I do manage to seem like I'm gaining on people quite significantly. I'm assuming that's why. The points in the lobby are around 220 or so. It's not the highest rated lobby, but still, this was a surprisingly fun race. Way more exciting than I thought it was going to be. A lot of drama and a lot of chaos, so that always keeps it interesting. And luckily we managed to avoid it. I think if I hadn't have slammed the brakes on in turn 1 on lap 1, that maybe could have turned out a bit differently. And as we close in on Indulge and Asphalt Cowboy, they're having a nice battle here. There's a little bit of contact and Asphalt Cowboy ends up off the track, and now we are right on the back of Indulge. I thought about going for the overtake, but I thought, hey, you know what, we'll give him a push. This could benefit us as well, so we can try and catch up to the pack in front. And I did hear that he shifted the gear early, so he knew what he was doing. From what I could tell, otherwise I probably would have tried to overtake him. And I kind of just took this line because I wasn't sure exactly where he was going to brake. I didn't really intend to go for the overtake. It does seem to maybe put him off a little bit, but he manages to keep it together. And as we come over the start-finish line for the end of lap 2, we're right on Indulge's tail here. We have a very good race with Indulge and his cool Falcon livery. So we get the fastest lap there, and we are going to go for the move here on Indulge, and we get it done. Just taking the more narrow line into turn 1, you've got to be really careful that you don't mess it up, because one wrong move in this car and it can be quite detrimental. The car can get very unsettled very easily. But yeah, we're up into P9 from, at one point I think we were P15 or P14. So making progress. Someone up ahead has a penalty by the looks of it. It's Mr. Awesome. We get a very good run out of here, and then we're going to be getting the run on Slash, trying to catch up to this pack in front. And then Indulge does give us a little push there, I think, help us along. But what we want to focus on in the last corner is just a really good exit. And it seems like we do get that. We want to shift at 68 miles an hour. And this is why I did change to miles an hour. It's these cars, this is a perfect example. It makes it just simpler to know what your numbers are. And anyway, so Mr. Awesome is taking his penalty there, and we are through up into 7th place already, 2 tenths up on our fastest lap, and we're gaining on this pack in front very quickly. And as we come across the line for the end of lap 3, we do set the fastest lap once again, which is almost a second quicker than our other fastest lap. And here we do seem to make a bit of a mistake, as well as Jester. We follow him straight off the track. Although Jester wasn't so fortunate, he wasn't able to recover the car and ended up binning it, I believe. So bad luck to him, but yeah, good racing anyway. And yeah, we carry on. So we're now up into 6th position. I think the guy behind actually went wide as well. So all of us making a bit of a pleb mistake there. And yeah, I mean, it happens. That turn 1 can be quite brutal, as I was saying earlier in the race. So fast forwarding to the end of lap 5, and as I come to the chicane, I do cut the corner quite a bit. So this is going to be my first penalty of the race, which is a 1-second penalty. And in these cars, you really want to avoid these if you can. It says 1 second, but realistically, as you'll see by the end of this lap, I've lost 2, maybe 3 seconds easily. So Indulge was 3.2 seconds behind us as we took our 1 second penalty. And at the end of the straight, he is 8 tenths behind us. So yeah, lap 7, Indulge is right on us and going down the back straight. I wasn't sure if he was going to give us a bump draft because we were working with him earlier, but no, he decided to go for the move, which is totally fair enough. All clean, everything's good. So no issues there. And moving forward a little bit further into the race, this is another penalty zone that you want to be really careful of, going wide. It's a very critical corner, but you have to be very careful because it's so easy to get a penalty if you just run wide. And as we come around onto the back straight, drag line there in the wall. Don't know what happened, but that is another position for us. We're back up into 6th. So again, Indulge is about a second ahead as we take our half-second penalty, and by the end of the straight it works out to be about a second that we've lost overall. And coming on to lap 10, exact same corner, exact same mistake, getting a bit too comfortable throwing the car around, but yeah, still have to be very careful about those pens because they are critical for this race. I don't know where I would have ended up, maybe in front of these two, maybe with the P4 possibly, I don't know. It's one of those things, it's a woulda coulda shoulda situation. So in the end, I'm pretty happy with that. I wasn't expecting much, but I did end up taking home a P6. So nothing brilliant, but not terrible as well. I'm pretty happy with my performance. And we ended up getting 168 points all around. So our best in round 2 was 157. I do feel like I would go again and get better points, but we'll see how I'm feeling when the time comes. But yeah, that's just a bit of an insight into Nations Cup round 3. So if you got any value out of today's video or you enjoyed it at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys as always so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. And guys, just as an afterthought, I thought I'd put my fastest lap here so you can see what I'm doing with the gears. This is basically what Medi was doing with it when I looked and watched his replay. But yeah, it's basically he just holds it in 4th the whole track except for the turn onto the back straight and the final chicane. That's about it. Everywhere else is 4th. So here's my lap, just to give you an idea, because I thought about it after I had edited the video and there was a lot of skipping. So yeah, here's the lap, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Thanks.